that was not funny. Anyways, hi you guys, my name is ASSYL and welcome back to my channel where I discuss things that either interest me or bother me. And this time it's stuff that bothers people. And today I am going to talk about something that I think is not being talked enough. It is about the music industry and how TikTok is ruining it, in my personal opinion. It's a whole industry. Like, music industry is one of the biggest industries to exist, and it's changing so rapidly, so dramatically, and every single day. I feel like the TikTok industry is taking away the music that I like from me. This is my personal opinion. I don't like, for me, TikTok is ruining the music industry. For you, it might be getting better. Maybe you like these songs. Maybe you like this stuff that is being on TikTok every single day. But me personally, not a big fan. I remember the day like it was yesterday. I was in my final semester of college. I was taking final exams during that time. I think it was April-ish, maybe May, somewhere around that. And I heard this song. Little did I know that they will change how I view music industry from that moment on. The song was Old Town Road, and I fully believe that was the beginning of this whole new era of TikTok music, which I feel is the whole genre right now. This is the first time this song blew up so fast, so big. It just started this trend on TikTok where people were dancing and stuff, and then it just got to the Billboard and was sitting there for forever. It was sitting there for one whole year probably. It was sitting there forever. By the time I was like, I think went from Billboard, I already graduated from college. I went back home, I came back, I found a job, I quit the job, I got the new one, I got fired. It's just too many things were happening and the song was still trending. So the song was still trending. After this Old Town Road song kind of like outdid itself, there were just too many trends, there were too many songs to that. It was overused and overplayed in my opinion. There became lots of one day, like, you know, lots of hits, specifically from TikTok. I'm sure you all heard Roxanne, I'm sure you all heard Mood, I'm sure you all heard all of these TikTok sounds that are, even now is still popular. I feel like those songs were done authentically. Like this initial phase of like TikTok fame, as I believe, it was done kind of authentically. They were just trying to make good music, and it was getting like Old Town Road was country and rap and hip hop kind of mixed in. It sounded like it was innovative, but it was not mainstream. At that time, I was super involved in it. I loved it a lot. I loved that kind of thing got the recognition I felt like it deserved. I was tired of these big names always being in charts, and I wanted to see like upcoming names, like, you know, popping off. But as you can see, the trends were continuing, and the demand was high. And just like in every other business, if the demand is, you know, increasing, the supply will automatically increase, because it's still a business and people still want to profit from it. What we got from this, spoiler alert, nothing good. Nothing good came from it, but it was inevitable. And the good old days of TikTok, how I call, are over. They are over, you guys. It was just like in Vine days. It's over. Forget about it. Now it's more so becoming like Instagram. It's just a business platform. Okay, as the smaller artists were getting more recognition with their one song. I'm not saying more songs, I'm just saying one song. The bigger artists, like these rappers, these pop singers, pop girls, pop boys, pop groups, they were making these songs to be on TikTok. And I remember the day like it was yesterday, 3rd January of 2020, when Justin Bieber released Yummy. The fact that Yummy was released as like one of like first big song of big artist of 2020, just, you know, it perfectly describes 2020. Let me say, like, everyone hated Yummy. Like, not, I haven't seen a single person who liked Yummy, okay? But that song had 6 writers, and there was a reason why they had 6 writers. And I know everyone was baffled, like, why the song needs 6 writers? Why the song needs like so many writers? They were calculating. They were calculating to the perfect date, time, like when no one was releasing a lot of music, when the trends were kind of getting lower. They made an account for Justin Bieber. The writers were trying hard for this song to be repetitive, catchy, but not catchy so it can drop like really quick. It has to stay somehow relevant for at least a few months, right, before the release of the album, because it is the lead single. Catchy, kind of melodic. You have to dance to it. You have to make dance moves to that, you know, TikTok moves. It kind of takes some sort of calculations, and 6 writers, I'm sure they were focused on that, writing that deep lyrics. My toes curl, yeah, yeah. Little did they know we are not that dumb. I mean, most of us fell for it. Like the song was still kind of big, even though it didn't get to #1, even though they begged for that #1. Like the rent was due, it was still relatively big. These artists, they were like, okay, what are we doing? Where we're going? Like we have to do something, you know? And it went 2 plus 1 way. Like 2 plus 1 way. The 1 way is I'm going to talk about later. It went 2 ways from that. From Justin Bieber's EMA release, they just saw the results, they saw how people reacted, and that you shouldn't just make a TikTok account just to promote one song. I think he legit posted like 5 videos of same location from the same song, just being like... So the first way it went was the smart way. You know, there are some smart, if not artists, at least the team behind this artist. They are some smart people. They know you have to kind of calculate everything perfectly. You don't want to just do numbers, all right? At least you want to attract new audience. At least you want to keep the audience that you have. At least you want to make your fans happy. And the artist that goes through that round would be Cardi B. The reason for that, she also calculate, like, I guess her team, or like, she doesn't write her own music, like no one cares. Like if she writes or no one cares. They calculated the perfect timing to release WAP, AP, whatever, I'm not American, I don't care. They released that song knowing it will blow up, knowing it will blow up. And it did. It did perfectly because it was #1, it was controversial, #2, it was melodic, #3, it got moves. It got moves. #4, she collabed with the relative artist that was already popular on TikTok. And #5, it was kind of organic. It was kind of organic because they waited a long time. Like this song was keep getting better, bigger and bigger every single day. And the train was running until it stopped. So now she released a second song, which is also big on TikTok. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's #1 this week, even though I think it was climbing to the #1. You see, that is the smart way. You have to build some sort of excitement. You have to, even though the song doesn't have to have meaning. Like I don't like when people say this song doesn't have meaning. No one cares. But what everyone cares about, will it give you moves? Is it good? Is it catchy? Will it be overplayed? Probably will, but that's a good sign. Will it be enjoyable to listen and dance to? She checked mark all of those boxes. You guys, there were no misses. The other artist that goes to that round will be Billie Eilish. I don't like her music. It's just not for me. It's okay. People are allowed to not like certain music. Stop. What the hell are you talking about? You know that I'm convinced 100,000,000% that song was specifically made for TikTok. That song was specifically made for TikTok. Everyone knows it. She knows it. Her team knows it. Her brother knows it. Her brother's girlfriend knows it. Everyone knows it. My little sister even knows it. Have you heard the rest of the song? I personally haven't. And probably 50% of you also have not. First of all, I thought that was just a, just like a cut from the interview. Apparently that was the part of the song. And that was the only reason that song went big, is just purely in TikTok trend. The song was relatively big. They built the momentum. They built some sort of momentum for the upcoming album. Maybe it wasn't as big as they anticipated for. I'm sure they expected a bit more movement from that. And the second way it goes wrong is the artist that they just, pump up songs and just hope for the best and hope that TikTok will just pick it up and, make moves, dances and stuff like that. And just, it goes so many ways wrong. It goes so many ways wrong. Sometimes, they just put, #1, I already mentioned, Justin Bieber is one of those, artists that just pump up songs and just hope that the TikTok will pick it up, and they don't do any work or research behind that. And this kind of, 2010s, not, big artists, but, big enough artists, Sam Smith, Kesha, you probably haven't heard their name for a long time. All these artists just pump up songs and just hope for the best, and that doesn't work. And the third type of people is the people who don't care. People who are either big enough that they will release music and don't care like if it'll do good or bad, because they had their hits, they had their Grammys, they had all of that. And just different genres, like country music isn't popping on TikTok, rock music isn't popping on TikTok, even I hope it does, but it probably won't. The alternative and stuff like that, it will not pop on TikTok. It's not TikTok genre, okay? And what is the most disappointing conclusion of all of this, of all of what I describe right now, would be TikTok singers. These TikTok singers, y'all, you are giving too much room for them. You are giving too much praise for doing the bare minimum. How it was back in the days. Artists will release music, okay? No one will care, no one would care about the music. They would release the music, hoping that maybe like a label will like catch them and, you know, kind of like start promoting that music, put it on a radio station, see how the audience reacts. Now how they do is they put one song, their first song, and they will flood your pages with scams, like they will flood your pages with promotions of this one song. And the song isn't even that good. I don't know why these singers, I don't want to say singers, but I don't know why these TikTokers think that their song is so good that everyone should hear that. Even if the song just uprises and just like, you know, lots of people hear that, when you go to the profile, right? When you go to the profile, you see nothing. Nothing is there to listen. As opposed to those artists that was keep releasing songs and songs until one of them blew up, and you went to their profile and you saw, for example, for me it was Codaline. I discovered their songs, I think, from one of the, like, you know, teen movies. I went to the platform. I went to like whatever it was there, like torrent or whatever. They had like I think 2-3 albums, 2 EPs. Like different genres of music that they made, and I was consuming all of that. I was becoming a fan of that group. Nowadays you go to the profile, there's one song released from 2 weeks ago, and they're already kind of like behaving like they're huge artists, even though they're just high schoolers. Get over yourself. I don't want to like do too much with these, like, you know, kids who make like one song and hope to be like really big, like Billie Eilish, but that's just 1 in a million. That doesn't happen often. Even on YouTube, like, you don't become popular. It's not, doesn't work like that. You have to be pretty, your music has to be different or kind of different, you know what I mean? It has to be good, or it has to be just weird. It has to be weird and weird. The second group of these TikTokers, I personally cannot stand this group of people, and that group of people consists of literally 3-4 people. I could not. It bothers me so much that it keeps me awake at night. Like, it really does keeps me awake at night, because it just surrounds it surrounds me everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. The latest example would be Edison Bray. I hope I pronounced that name wrong. Even if I didn't, I'm glad. When I say this, I mean so disrespectfully. I really mean very disrespectfully. Why do they release this music? Like, why they're doing it to us? And the thing is, it's not like they release the music and they just, you know, make more music and just vanish. No, they make that one music. They make sure that you listen to that music. They put it on TikTok. They put it on Instagram. They make these influencers dance to it, because they're, you know, they're influencers, and therefore if they dance to their own song, then everyone will dance to their songs. That is how TikTok works, as trends. They will hope, and then they will go to TVs, these Charlie D'Amelios or Addison Rays, their friends, their cousins, their best friends, their this and that and third. They will go to Jimmy Fallon, they will go to Jimmy Corden, they will go to all of these white middle-aged comedy hosts. They will sit there and promote their music, and they will be like, this is my journey. I was writing songs about, you know, my past and like my relationships, like how I was discovering myself, because I've been through so much, and music was the heal for me. Music is the way that I express my feelings, my creative self. It's just something that gives me hope and allows me to be alive every single day. This is how they behave. It's crazy. They write one song. It's not even them. It's ghostwriters. They write the song one for TikTok, and they just behave like they won 10 Grammys. Fine, like since there's so much privilege, just let them release this music and stuff. Generally, like in the world, the artists divide into two. The artists that hop on trends and die out, and the artists that make authentic music and also make some trend music here and there, but they still survive over time. And like in 10 years, I'm gonna tell you, the group ASSYL, group Codeline, Ariana Grande, these artists will be relative in 10 years. And there's this artist, like, you know, remember in 2015 there was Fifth Harmony, they were making 3 same songs. No one cared. They were big enough. Does anyone care now? Does anyone remember them now? No one does. There are those artists, and these people go to the second list, like they just hop on trends and trends and trends, making this 15-second songs and just hoping that they will become so big. But that shouldn't be the way. Like, there are artists that deserve true recognition, and they put so much hard work and creativity, and they get crumbs because TikTok girl's 13 million audience of kids made a dance to her own song that was written by 15 people. And what's worse, people defend them so much. The people defend them like they pay their rent. That's how they defend them. And the biggest argument that they like bringing is, oh, if it wasn't for TikTok, or if it wasn't for them being on TikTok, you would have loved that music. This music would be fire. No, it wouldn't be. You know why? Because this music wouldn't exist. Okay, it wouldn't exist if they were not them on TikTok. It just makes me weird how like this whole, like, all of the things that I described are changing the way we perceive music now. Like, everyone, like half of the kids now perceive music as TikTok dance. Like, if you can't do this, like, that doesn't count as a good music. That doesn't count as a good pop music to them. At the beginning, I was kind of fan of it. Like, I thought, oh, these upcoming artists are gonna get more recognition. Instead, we're getting this like TikTokers doing the bare minimum, and we are getting this one, like, you had one viral song. Stop making your whole personality and your whole, build some library, make some songs, release them, and just hope that people will listen to them. It's not like they won't listen to them. You will find your own audience. Just put authentic music. Sometimes make trends. Stop hoping for the clouds. One last thing, I promise you. I promise one last thing. Probably no one is watching it, but I promise you this is one last thing. All of these songs that become popular off of TikTok, it eventually make its ways to awards and Grammys. And then when Yummy is getting nominated for Grammys, you know something is off. You know the formula universe is not in equilibrium. It's just not moving the way it should move. And then people get like, oh, this music won. Yes, it did win. It really did win because everyone's listening to this bullshit. That is why one of the main reasons I feel like the Grammys is losing its prestige, if it has not already. It is losing its prestige because these songs keep winning these stupid awards. Where Oscars is giving movies recognition, like the small movies, the big movies, they are kind of at least critiquing by like certain standard. Whereas Grammys are just given to, you know, biggest songs. That is why the Oscars are still here and the Grammys are still here and the ratings are dropping every single year. People calling it scams, people peeing in these Grammys. It's all connected to each other, right? Like, I could have went all the way through like more and more and more and more, but I'd have to stop. I have homework, I have work to do. So I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have watched it through, please comment down below what you think. That sounded cringe. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.